Good morning, friends. Today is 12th August. It's Saturday, wonderful morning here in Newark, San Francisco. Today, I just would like to speak on my subject. Physics has always fascinated me, and I am a man of physics. Before taking up assignment of principal, I worked as a PGT physics for 14 years in Kendra Vidyalaya, Mau, Madhya Pradesh, which was my first appointment in Kendra Vidyalaya. When I look back, I find mostly what is happening, teachers remain more concerned about, I'm talking of the teachers who are teaching to lower classes, where the concepts in physics can be taught in a more better way using a technique called visualization. But mostly me also and all my friend teachers, they rely more on writing on the blackboard and drawing diagrams on the blackboard. Some of them may take up some help of some teaching aid or animated movies. But what I feel that if parents and teachers, they give emphasis on strengthening visualization skill of the children, then I think the concepts in physics could be understood by the children more easily. We know there are the students who learn through visualization technique, that is making the mental picture of the whatever is being spoken in the classroom, but how sharp they are in making that picture. And have we ever done any uh, techniques to strengthen this skill in them? Visualization. So I'll speak on visualization. What is importance in the physics? How visualization skill can be increased in the children? I think the best set of the children who should be learning visualization, who should be taught how to visualize, should be right from fifth onward. It could be in the lower classes also. But I think as a child goes on becoming elder, his observation skill, which is directly related to the visualization skill, should get sharpened. A child should observe things, understand why it is happening, at least observe happening of the things. Then the other part comes inquisitiveness, that why it is happening. And then what are the laws and all those, they come later on. But first of all, I'll talk how to improve the skill of visualization in the children. So I'll move with the children of lower classes, let us say 6th, 7th, 8th onwards. So when we teach physics, we teach them laws, we teach them concepts, we teach them terms. Whenever we teach them, we should always see that as far as possible we are able to create an experiment or a small interesting activity on what we are going to teach. And in physics, I feel everywhere physics can be taught. It can be taught in a playground, it can be taught in a kitchen, it can be taught on the roadside, because you don't require specific objects for teaching physics. And I have made a lecture and video on how physics can be taught on a dining table where most of the parents sit with the children, and how the small objects, small things around the table can be used to demonstrate the laws of the physics. And so I was going to how to strengthen visualization skill in the children who are in the formative state, who are growing up, who are in classes 6, 7, 8. So we should strengthening of their observation skill. This is one of the most important things. When we say something, a child should visualize that. If I say where is the book? The child should actually see the book in his mental image. If I see the physics book, the child should see the physics written on the book in his mental image. For that, a child should develop a very high observation skill and observe all the things which are associated with him, all the things which he need in the day for the studies or otherwise. He should observe those very minutely, see the shape, the size, what is written on those things, how does these look in 3D also. If I ask a child that you think that you are holding a physics book in your hand and now rotate that, he should be able to rotate the book in his mental frame, in his mental picture, and tell me what is written at the back page. This exercise, very small exercises, can be done with the help of teachers and mostly by parents also. Parents, when they are sitting with the child, talking to them, should check, make certain exercises, how to check where the visualization skill of a child has reached, and should always help them in reaching. For example, if they are eating any fruit, the father can cut the fruit into two halves like an apple and ask him what is the increase in the surface. So a child can now observe and feel that when a spherical shaped apple is cut, the two new surfaces appear which are plain. Then further he should do some exercise of cutting and ask how many surfaces are there. He can do it with the help of any soft object like a butter or a cheese or something like that. But I think we lay more emphasis when we are on the dining table to see the eating habits of the children, how do they eat, how well they eat. But then on the dining table itself, a lot of physics is there. Objects are lying stationary on the table. The parent should ask why this is lying stationary on the table. Why a glass of water is lying stationary on the table, until how long will it continue to do so? Such questions which are very important for a child, because unless we make a child to get involved in the thought process, a child is not going to think himself. That thought process has to be induced in the child, and that can be done by the parents, because when the parents are with the child, there is only one child. But when the children are in the class, there are 30 to 40 children in the class, a teacher will will observe his observation skill, then the responses from so many children can distract that individual child. So I request all the parents kindly see that how to develop the observation skill. Second thing which is connected with the visualization is concentration. When a child is visualizing a thing, he has to concentrate. Concentration does not mean that he should go to a meditative state. No, it's not like that. Concentration means he should fully concentrate on the object. If a father tells him, child, what was the homework given today by your teacher on the board, a child should actually see the blackboard. A child should actually see what is written on the blackboard. In fact, he should actually see what is teacher writing. He should see a teacher, he should see a blackboard, he should be able to see the lines, and that is possible only if a child has full attentiveness in the class, and while recovering this information, he has got full concentration. So there are certain exercises which are required to be done for improving his concentration. Then with visualization is connected memory. A child should have a very sharp memory. So we have to do a lot to see how the memory of the child is. All these things are interconnected. All these are interconnected. And then how Next is with the memory is the retention of memory. A child should be able to retain that information for a long time. Certain exercises can be done to observe his visualization skill. That means through observation, through telling him, and all the observation, this all information in the brain about an object or a process or a happening will go only if the child will go to the child's mind only through, I always talk about these 4 windows, 5 windows. He can see, he can touch, he can hear, he can smell, he can hear. So let's strengthen his all these senses so that his observation skill increases. That will make him to visualize things more better. So now I'll go back to the visualization. I have been telling to my teachers in my schools, visualization plays a very, very important role in planning. First part of any process or any event which is being organized is to plan that. In fact, I have always said, should see the event happening. If there is an annual day and we have to plan for the annual day, we should see the annual day actually happening on the stage. When you visualize means then the person has to see remember his old the stage on which the annual days were performed. Then he can see the mic, then he can see the people speaking, he can see a dais, he can see a banner at the back, and he can see on the stage so many other things, hanging mics. There can be other props there. There could be so many other things. He could even see the people. He could see the people who are addressing announcers. So many things are there. So what I have done in my life, that while planning I have tried to visualize that the process is happening. I have conducted, I should not say I have conducted with the help of my principals and with my assistant commissioner in 1997, the largest, the biggest event of my life, that was the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan National Sports Meet. I'll just add to this, when headquarters from New Delhi told us to find a venue in Pune, we were not able to find any venue in Pune. Then our Commissioner Lizzie Jacob, madam, hats off to you, ma'am, wherever you are. She told, why not this can be thought of organizing in the schools. So the then assistant commissioner, who retired as a deputy commissioner, Shri R.M. Kamble ji, he accepted. He said, yeah, I've got so many schools here, but I feel Southern Command because it's resources, Kendriya Vidyalaya Southern Command because of the resources, and being very close to the station where the children can get and come, because of the convenience of the children, can be selected as a venue. And I remember when he said the acceptance, he conducted a meeting of the principals, and he made our Kendriya Vidyalaya Southern Command as a headquarter for that event, and he shifted there. And I saw, and I still can see him running after the tractors which we got with the help of the army, used for leveling the ground in the evening. And I can even see the headlights of the tractor, and I can see him running with the tractor, and I am following him by walking. Hats off to Shri R.M. Kamble Sahab. I have worked with such great officers who were the source of inspiration to me. Learned a lot from my officers, and I can visualize. So what I was saying, that when you have to plan an event, you have to visualize that happening, and take a pen and paper and start writing whatever you can see. Then you can conduct a meeting, form a committee, assign jobs to your other teachers, take up. The most important thing which I got from Shri R.M. Kamble that I have still not forgotten, I would like to speak about that he always in our meetings used to say, remember, Paim,